Thanks, Chairman. I've seen quite a few health consultations in my time, and I've got to say this is the first one I've seen where the timetable is being dictated by a house builder. This is happening because there is, for some unexplained need, by November, the issue of obviously the capital receipt and the vacation, leaving the premises needs to be sorted for what reason I can't quite understand, or it's not even explained, but I suspect it's to do with the prospective purchasers of the site. So we've gone out to consultation at a time when we don't actually have any really hard, nailed down alternatives. So we've got a situation where we're saying we're going to have a suspension of the service, and one of my questions was going to be how long for, and Michael has effectively tweezed that answer out, which is potentially 6 months. So that's 6 months without some part of the service. And then if I've read through the papers and I've read through the overheads as well, and I know there's more of the overheads to come, and it's all could be, and this may happen, and we could possibly look at this, that, and the other. But there was nothing actual solid concrete. It's like nailing a jelly to the wall. You know, it was just never going to get a satisfactory answer as to what is actually going to happen to these services. So, you know, I'm really angry that this is being driven by the need to get a capital receipt. You know, this process should be driven by the needs of the patients. And at the minute, that is not what is happening in this case. And you know, there are other issues that came out of this in terms of the consultation. I noticed in the report, I can't remember which page it was, but somebody, the report says no major concerns were raised by service users. Well, I'd love to know what your definition of a major concern is, because if it's not major concerns, I bet you they've got loads of minor concerns, and you lump them all together, and there's going to be a pretty major concern. I've got to admit, I have spoken to Yvonne. She's a constituent of mine, and she's also a family friend. It was a very interesting point that, because she made the same to me, her service keeps people out of hospital. Now, just from an economic point of view, a financial point of view, it costs vastly more money to keep somebody in hospital when they can be out at home with medical support. So we may end up be cutting our nose off to spite our own face anyway with this, because we could end up spending more. And at the end of the day, this is a site which is sadly overall has been neglected. You know, I remember I used this site. It was 41 years ago when I last used that site, and it was for physiotherapy after I'd had a road accident, and I was still at school at the time. And since then, I've just seen it gradually decline and decline and decline. And the houses are growing up on one part of the site. And that is what is driving this. It's a need to sell this and get a capital receipt. And really what's come second in this is the actual needs of the patients. And you know, I'm very worried about that. You know, that doesn't send the right message about the way we should be changing our health service. You know, it may well be, at the end of the day, it may well be that Dunston Hill is no longer viable. But at least we should have alternative options ready in place to go with them, because at the minute we don't have any of that.